Orange is the New Black, Season 3, Episode 8. We get more of Alex's backstory, which basically just serves to um, confirm what we already knew. It does let us see her boss in the flesh for what I think is the first time, but other than that, it's pretty much just gives the vibe of they needed some flashback in here and there was no one else they could think of, so they just threw this together. But that doesn't really matter because the present day storyline is working really well and continues basically everything that's been built up now in very nice ways. I have to start off with Piper's storyline, which is quite surprisingly shaping up to be one of the best parts of this season because here she goes on this big epic speech complete with the music behind her, and then she suddenly gets cut off by one of the guards and has to step off her table, and it's a really hilarious moment, and it just at the same time lets you see just how little these people have going on in their lives that something like this can get to them that much. We also have Caputo and his new boss, who it turns out is actually just the no account son of the guy in charge of the company that now owns the prison. And it seems like he's just kind of this dimwit who's being given a nothing assignment that he can just get occupied in, and no one really cares how good a job he does. They just want him away from what their real work is. And that fits in perfectly with everything we've seen so far. And I'm very interested to see where that goes from here. Maybe he will start to wise up to how his father's just using him, and it's like start his own rebellion and really start to care about making the prison better. It's kind of where I get the feeling this is going, and I hope I'm right because it's definitely the best thing I could see coming out of this. And we also have some of Lolly, who I haven't mentioned yet, but has been pretty interesting, where she first appeared in just one episode of season 2, but then she comes back here and they just trust we'll remember back that far. Although it helps that she's played by Kit from A League of Their Own, who is also the voice of Livewire in the Superman animated series, so we can be inclined to see her as one of the bad guys if we're so inclined. And it does certainly seem like there's something weird going on with her. Like she has some kind of multiple personality thing where first she didn't recognize Piper and then she did. And now she's keeping tabs on Alex for some reason, although I doubt that she's actually a hitman after her because that would be incredibly obvious and there would be no reason to drag out the mystery this far if that was really all it was. But as to what is really going on with her, I honestly have no idea. And that is really exciting. And very much looking forward to seeing where this goes. This whole season is like, I don't want to say surpassing season 2 level, but it's definitely on the same plateau of an improvement from season 1, which is already pretty good itself. So that is definitely something worth noting because not all shows can do that, and it's nice to see one that can. And I'm definitely enjoying this more and more as we go on.